Awesome track there. Tell Me Something from none other than South African muso Kyle Deutsch. And as promised before the music break, we're going to have him in studio with us. Good morning to you, Kyle. How you doing, my man?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's happening out there?
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, in the Eastern Cape, the GQ area. It's good to have you on the show with us this morning on the breakfast show, man.
Thank you, man. We were just saying it's been a while since I've been out there. So it's good to chat to the people and to touch base and just let them know that we're still out here. And thanks for listening, really.
Yeah, no, look, I was going to go straight into the song, but I know the song has been out for about almost 2 months now to date. And it's exciting times. Yeah, man, it came out 2 months ago already, man. It feels like just yesterday that pitched out of the onto radio. But how's it been received by the public and all, my man?
It's been amazing. It's a song that took us a little over a year to like finalize and finish and get to a point where we're sonically happy with. And I mean, the love has been crazy for the song, and we're glad people are enjoying it as much as we enjoyed the process of making it.
That's your first release for 2023. Is that correct?
I don't know if we released something earlier in the year, but I think it might be. It might be.
I think it is. I know that the first release from your next chapter was last year, Young Love.
We had Feel So Right, which came out with Scott.
Okay.
That was in March. That's also such a vibey track. we haven't really pushed it to radio, but I'll give that a listen out there.
That is why I haven't heard it. You see, that's why I was wondering. Hey, it must be the first single I've heard from you in a while. So, no, it's good to have this music coming, man. Tell us more about the story behind "Tell Me Something." It's obviously I know it. I've read the bios. I've listened to the song over and over since we got it. But for our listeners out there, you may not know the meaning behind the whole track. Give us a bit of insight there, man.
So, "Tell Me Something" is when you and. I don't always write from personal perspective or like what's happened in my life, but mainly like what I'm observing around and stuff. And when a guy sees a girl, could be on the street in South Africa, it could be anywhere, bypassing. As a guy, he's just gonna.
True story.
He whistles, he makes a comment, like just goes straight, say muso sisi hey. And then he just starts flirting, and he's kind of like, if I just need an angle, and once I know I'm there, I can hopefully work my magic, and let's see what happens. And then the couple start to, obviously there's that interaction and engagement, and then they start falling in love, and the guy's like, yo, he's pretty stoked that he tried his luck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's funny you say that in South Africa, it's a very common occurrence. I mean, it's like it doesn't matter where you are in SA, dude. You could be in the mother city, you could be in Durbs, you could be in Josie, you could be in the streets of Zweden in the Eastern Cape. It'll still be the same.
The same. The guy, you gotta love the bravado. There's no such bravado like an African man.
Yeah, it's only South African, man. Only South African. Now, obviously, with that,
I've realized how many times we as a population say, "Tell me something." You're gonna notice now that I've raised it, but we use that saying a lot in our speech. So, I think that's also another reason why it's resonating with people.
No, it's a fantastic song, though, man. As expected from your genres that you've come around and the music that you've released over the couple of years that you've been around. It's like I mentioned before the conversation. I've got this guy here in the Eastern Cape, Victor, my one of my best friends. We've got 2 podcasts that we do together here in the Eastern Cape. And when he saw the poster coming out for this conversation, dude, he almost collapsed. All right, he was like, "No ways, no effing ways. Drop the phone. Just drop everything. Where and how, And I thought I'd bring this
So
into the
I'm
conversation,
surprised.
because
I'm surprised I'm not gonna see him sticking his head out at the back there behind you. Like,
he
yo,
was
what's
he
up,
was so
Victor?
tempted, bro. He was like, oh please, dude, please, you know. But I thought I told him, listen, I'll do one better for you, my man. I'm gonna ask Kyle to give you a special shout out before we say goodbyes. So just to make
Oh,
him feel
Victor.
like he's known, oh Victor Zweni, what a guy, man, what a guy. But
Oh, Victor,
he's
Victor
been,
Zweni, what's up?
yeah, man, all the
Hey,
way from Kyle.
must
There you
send our
go.
shout outs. Yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for the love.
Yeah, no, you have to, man. Absolutely.
Mm.
He was mentioning the fact that when he first started listening to you was back in the day, when you first started
Yeah.
releasing, with Shekinah and all the rest as
It's
well. And he was
funny.
like,
It feels
I was
like
like, dude, this feels like
yesterday. It's
yesterday.
almost 10 years. Yeah, it's almost 10 years. Back to the Beach will be 10 years old in 2025. So we got a year
Yeah,
and a half before it's like
yeah.
it's almost 10. It's crazy.
And first
And
of all, I mean,
it's actually
obviously,
epic to still be here and releasing music and pushing like we are
yeah.
in South Africa in 2023. It's not an easy thing to do. So yeah,
No, it's not.
we still
No, it's
pushing.
not.
We're here.
And you're pushing quite well there, my man. Obviously, with your journey
Thank
that you
you.
had, and obviously releasing, it was fantastic to see, your journey so far as well from ourselves, obviously on the radio stations and being a presenter for a while.
Okay.
But tell us a bit more about that journey. I mean, you mentioned now 2023 being, it's been tougher for artists in South Africa. I'm not going to go into that conversation because that'll be another hour and a half worth of talking. But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you've all had to acclimatize and adjust to the times that we've been in over the past 3 or 4 years. What did Kyle Deutsch do differently, and what did you do to make yourself more current with the times that we are living in?
Yeah, I think as an artist, if when you come into the game or into the industry and you release your music, I think as long as you are true to yourself and your portrayal with your look and your demeanor and your personality and everything is consistent with who you really are, I think it's easier. There's a lot of people who are for the industry become other people, and then to keep that persona up for a prolonged period of time is pretty tough. So I think that's what's been unique, and our sound is I've never been one to like my sound to stay sounding the same. I mean, every song I make sounds pretty much completely different, and I'm happy with that. And it's exciting. Yeah, and we've been working on a bunch of new stuff. So like, I think what's out yet, we've got more that's just about ready to come out, right? So
beautiful.
Yeah, we're excited about the near future for Kyle Deutsch fans, and the music journey we're gonna take you guys on is gonna be quite special, we think.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good to hear it. I must be honest with you. I love the fact that there are still artists out there that are pushing out music at a regular, like a regular releasing date and stuff like that. Because I find there's some artists you released and then a year or two later you're still wondering, hey, what happened to that guy or that lady there? Where did the music go? Like it becomes a bit lost in translation. But talking about getting your music out there, Carl, obviously you've mentioned you haven't been in the Eastern Cape for a while. We're going to put some pressure on you, my man.
Yeah. We got to put the pressure on the people there. They must request
man. No, definitely.
Ask your clubs, ask your promoters. Yeah, let's chat. We're in Durban. We're not too far.
Yeah, man. You're not far away at all. It's a couple of hours. It's all good. No, definitely. We'll make that happen. We at GQ Radio will make that happen. That's my goal. In 2023 still, my man. I'm telling you. Definitely we have to get that done. Of course we have to. Bro. It is what it is, We gotta get these guys and let yourself out here. Yes, and the people have to come right with our music, because if you're releasing music like you are, people have to hear it.
Yeah.
That's you have to be heard, and I mean that's why I've always been excited to have these conversations with artists like yourself. It's one thing being on the other side, listening to your music and becoming a fan with regards to the sound that you're releasing, but actually being able to have a conversation with the artist itself and actually say, hey, man, how can we get you out wherever we need to hear you? Because how often is artists coming to Port Elizabeth, the Eastern Cape? Cheapest, man. It's it feels like a desert.
PE is a lovely place. The people are
it's
super
beautiful,
unique, friendly, fun loving. It's hard to have a bad time in PE.
Yeah.
And that's not it's not necessarily because of infrastructure, although the coast is absolutely beautiful. But the people in PE are very cool. I remember the first show I did there. People came up to us after the show and they were like, "Hey, we run a massage business. Can we come round to you guys and treat you in the morning?" We were like,
"Wow,
that's crazy!" So we got them. We woke up in the morning. There were two guys came to our place with massage beds. We got their band was. Oh, we were in heaven there. We were in heaven.
Fantastic, man!
So
fantastic.
Yeah, I only have good experiences.
No, that's brilliant, man. You mentioned you're in Durban. That's not too shabby itself there, Kyle. Durban. What part of Durban are you at?
I'm in Morningside, so central Durban.
Okay.
Central
Beautiful.
Durban. It's Durban has amazing weather during the winters. So we're outside. It's just sunny,
look
sunny
at that.
still.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Pretty much. That's most days in Durban.
Yeah, I know.
Backyard, there's the studio.
I miss it. Oh, lovely, man. So you're gonna go cook a bit more earlier, you say? Getting ready to cook a few more.
We've been finishing off. Shex was actually in studio last night. We were trying to finish off 2 songs for her, and then I'm finishing off another track at the moment. Sometimes it's tricky to get those last 2 lines of the second verse.
Yeah,
and everything else sounded perfect, and you're like, "Oh no, that's not the one. That's not the one. Oh no, that's not the one." So it's
classic.
Sometimes it's not sometimes it happens quickly. Sometimes it's a process.
Yeah, now that's a good thing you mentioned that, because my one question I love asking is, what is the process for you like? Like every artist has a different way of getting their music out there. How do you go about putting your music together?
I don't like to hear the music without the microphone being live. So the first time I hear it, I want to be able to sing the first melodies that are coming to my head.
Beautiful.
And then from there I melody write, and then if sometimes there's words in there, sometimes there's not, sometimes there's story in there, sometimes. So and then I'll start to like replace words and put everything, almost like a puzzle kind of. Kind of thing. So I'm not often writing it with instruments. It's normally with production, and as the production goes, then we're like, okay, cool, we're loving the sound of this instrument, and let's program some of this. Okay, let's give some drums. What tempo are we feeling today? Kind of thing. So sometimes it's upbeat, sometimes it's Afro, sometimes it's sounding a bit more Americanized, sometimes it's and we're just having fun with the music, and I think the vocal is what ends up being the most consistent thing in my music.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Tone and melody, like, oh, that's a Kyle Deutsch song. Has to be.
It has to be. Yeah, see, you've got a unique sound to you, but everything sounds different. That's what I like about the art music that's come out. Because you'll initially pick it up and say, that's definitely a Kyle Deutsch song. Has to be. And then it doesn't sound anything like the song that you mentioned earlier. It doesn't sound anything like the song you released before, but you still have that resonation. You know exactly it's your kind of track coming out. And that is something that a lot of artists kind of strive for. Some artists don't get it right. Some artists do. Some artists, you listen to the vocals itself and the voice, and you're like, it must be. But when it comes to the sound of the song, it's a little bit different to vocaling. For artists out there that may be, aspiring and coming up in the ranks, South Africa is full of talent. I mean, we've got so many artists that I haven't even heard of at the moment. What kind of advice would you? Yeah, absolutely. What kind of advice would you, as Kyle Deutsch, be able to give them? Coming into the industry?
Um, Yo, it's so crazy. The industry is ridiculous right now,
Yep.
and not all of it is about talent. Some of it
Mm-hmm.
is just some of it is just the luck and the beast of social media. Um,
Yep.
I think I would tell them to stay away from the fads and things that they think, oh, they have to do this because this is
Yep.
cool. Because that thing might only, this day and age, it might only be cool for 1 week. Might be cool for, so you got to try find the like timeless ability um within
Mm.
your within your persona, and work on that rather than saying, okay, cool, you should actually, oh, we got to make a Yano song. Yes, Yano's is popping.
Yeah.
What's gonna, like, what, let's make a Bacardi, because there's already people, like, there's no use you gonna go try sound like that thing.
Yep.
It's unless you're hearing it or feeling it, and you're gonna make it better. But
Mm.
it's
Mm. Mm.
you're gonna get more traction if you, like we were saying earlier, like, unique to your and true to
Yep.
your artistry.
Absolutely honest. That is one of the best parts of advice I've ever heard. I'm not just saying that to smoke to smoke to blow smoke up your ass, but I mean, at the end of the day, I've heard so many artists give
Thank you,
me
bro.
the watered down kind of version. Stay true to yourself, and
Mm.
and do this and do that. But no one's really come out and just spit the truth. you know.
Yeah,
So no, thank you. I really
yeah.
appreciate that, and I'm sure that a lot of people are listening right now will say exactly that. You know what? That there really resonates with me because it's the reality.
Mm.
It's reality of life. You got to be able to look
Yeah,
at it realistically. Carl, let's wrap this
yeah, and
conversation up. As long as
it's not a sprint. It's not a
no, it's
sprint.
not.
This is
It definitely
it's not a
ain't.
sprint.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
it's no use
marathon,
being cool
like the comrades.
for a year.
It's like the comrades. It's like the comrades, man. It's 110 Ks.
The comrades was crazy. You see the results. You see our runners. Yo,
It's
crazy.
insane. That's insane. Nah, that's the one thing
Yeah.
I've done one of them in my life. I'll never do one again. One was
Oh,
enough.
big ups to you. Big
Oh,
ups
thanks,
to
man.
you.
No,
What what
it
was
was a
your
lot
time?
of years ago. Oh, jeepers, you don't want to know, man. I literally creaked in there, man. I was like 11 hours and 25 or something. I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did the
that's
down
good.
run, so I had shin splints for the next 6 months afterwards, but I was good.
Yeah, as a chiropractor, you see the your time gets way more
Oh,
booked up just before comrades, like that 2 week out, and the
yeah,
guys are like, "Oh, I got this niggle here, I
yeah.
got this niggle here."
hmm
So we're
Because
fixing up a bunch of
apparently you
patients
can
as
work
well.
magic. As a chiropractor, you can do magic. So everyone will say, let's
Yeah.
just get it fixed right now." Some things don't happen
Well,
just right like that.
hey, some of us, we work magic fast.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely. Kyle Deutsch, you've been an absolute pleasure to have on the show, my man. I feel like this
Thank you,
conversation can
John.
go on for hours. However, we got to say our
We
farewells
could.
to you for the show side of the things.
Awesome.
Any
Yeah.
final? Where can our listeners? Where can they get a hold of you? Where can they see or check out your music? Tell us more about that before we wrap this
Uh,
up, my man.
sure. So whatever your streaming platform of choice is, you'll find me there, Kyle Deutsch, and then yeah, that's it. You'll find it. It's at Kyle_Deutsch on all platforms. Yeah, and we love hearing from the fans. So if you're out there and you're listening to the music, post up
Yeah,
about
man.
it, or DM us, tell us where you're from.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
let's chat, let's connect with people,
Mm,
and yeah,
mm.
it's been lovely to chat with you
Kyle,
guys. Thanks for having me, John.
absolute pleasure, man. Absolute pleasure, my man. Kyle
And
Deutsch, everybody. We're gonna say our
yeah,
farewells and wish you all the best, my man. Really, we can't wait for the next track to come out.
thank you. 30th June. 30th of June.
That's around the corner.
There's a
That is around the corner, people.
yeah. There's a collab track with Egster, A1 Wolf, and man, and Gwen, who's a cool Durban girl.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
We can't wait for that. Any sooner we are looking for the PR to get it to us. We'll put pressure on them. Don't you worry. And we're going back into the music break for now. Please, guys, enjoy the rest of the show.